Atiku subtly incites Nigerian youth to take action against Tinubu's government. Abi, somebody is writing here to put Atiku in trouble. But Atiku is clear. He is a man of his own word. Okay? And what he's saying here is that, according to him, Nigerians know the danger Tinubu's stay in office portends. So they should decide what to do about it. Abi, I'm sure Atiku is saying that as a way of giving up after the Supreme Court case that he lost to Tinubu, after Tinubu has gotten his way through the Supreme Court. So the last thing I think Atiku is saying, which is more like you decide what to do with your country. You know the danger of Tinubu staying in office will portend to you. So you know, decide what to do about it. And now somebody is trying to couch it like Atiku is inciting Nigerian youth to work against or take action against Tinubu. Well, you can interpret it in your own ways. Everybody's entitled to his own opinion. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2023 election, Atiku Abubakar, has subtly incited Nigerians, especially the youth, to take action against President Bola Tinubu government. According to Atiku, Nigerians know the danger Tinubu's stay in office portends, so they should decide what to do about it. Atiku, a former vice president, said this while addressing journalists during a world press conference in Abuja, the nation's capital, on Monday. So he asserted that it is for the younger generation whose futures are to be shaped by Tinubu to decide what they want to do with the knowledge of how he got to power. So he said Nigerians know more about the person sitting in office as their president and how he got there and the dangers that it portends for them and the country. So it is for them, especially the younger generation, whose futures are to be shaped by that man, to decide what they want to do with the knowledge. Atiku also said when people lose trust and confidence in elections, democracy is practically on life support. And by affirming and legitimizing the continued lack of transparency in our electoral system, the courts are continuing to usurp the rights of voters to elect their leaders. The other grave implication is that contestants in Nigeria's elections should do whatever is necessary to be declared the winner. That includes identity theft, impersonation, forging of educational and other documents, perjury, and violence. So, and as they do so, they should ignore whatever the law says and whatever assurances from the leadership of the electoral umpire, but what the law says and what they would do in compliance. And they would do so knowing that our courts would approve of their behavior or at best pretend not to take any notice of it. So the third is that if you are robbed of victory, do not bother going to court for redress because your glaring evidence of the robbery would be ignored in favor of the mandate bandit. Oh boy. So Tinubu is mandate bandit. Exactly. He's a serious one. An electoral robber and mandate bandit. This is a serious one. So he continued, also your lawyers, however distinguished and accomplished, may be ridiculed by the judges who may also go out of their way to make even a stronger case for the so-called winner than even their own lawyers were able to do. These are clearly self-help strategies and actions bereft of the law and constitutionalism. Only lawlessness and anarchy will result from such, with violence, destruction, and implosion, and loss of country likely to follow. So I believe that we still have a small window to prevent this from happening. I still believe that we can rescue this country from the strange impostors that have seized it illegally and are holding it by the jugular. Let me caution that the leaders of those African countries, that have completely collapsed into chaos never came together and one day and agreed, never came together one day and agreed to collapse their country. Exactly. Rather, their countries collapsed because of the incremental and compounding individual and collective utterances and actions of those leaders. Okay. Atiku also stated that the outcome of the suit filed against the election shows that all is not well with Nigeria. He said his evidence shows that INEC violated the Electoral Act to declare Tinubu president. Okay. The Supreme Court, the Supreme Court outcome, even though final shows that all is not well, he said, adding that retired Justice Musa Datijo Muhammad clearly gave a pointer to the situation in the judiciary. Atiku said when INEC and the judiciary are enmeshed in controversy, democracy cannot thrive. Exactly. So, what I pick from what Atiku is writing here is that Tinubu is already a mandate bandit. That is the statement. So, Atiku calls Tinubu mandate bandit. That is what he is. Okay. So, he's now saying Nigerians should know exactly what to do with the government of Tinubu because government of Tinubu is not at their own interest, so they need to do something about it. Okay, so when the law is not favoring you, when you're taking action, you don't regard such law anymore. So we really need to manage some of this information so that people will not be tempted to violate the law again in trying to fight for their right. Okay, so there are a few comments here. Someone said Atiku that almost sued Nigeria under Obasanjo should bury his head in shame. He is fraud personified, very antagonistic and egoistic. Ingribo. Okay. So with due respect, you are a colossal and a serial loser. Okay, by now you should be in jail with your unguarded utterances. The fact remains that you were at the forefront to correct the wrong at the first place. Okay, while as a vice president. Okay, but what executes are you giving to the youth? What excuses? Now, wow, what excuses are you giving to the youth? Face your problem. Whatever the intention of Atiku, he should allow his children to lead. Useless man. Can you imagine? So they're already insulting Atiku for making all of those statements against Tinubu, and they're telling the youth exactly what to do to recover Nigeria and have it in their hand. So that is Atiku for you. I'm sure from that statement that Tinubu is a mandate bandit. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.